Hi. I had a couple of people in the reflection journal wanted me to provide some examples of some of the homework assignments. So with stacks and queues, I thought I would look at problems 1 and 3. They're related in I think between the two of them, what we're going to do here on this video, you can probably tell the difference and how to help your homework. So I've got in that visualization, data structure visualization app that I give you a link for in the resource section. I've got a basic and array stack and array queue window open, and right now they're both empty. So if I look at number 1, it says, okay, I'm pushing onto a stack. Pushing is adding things to the stack, so I'm pushing the value 3 onto the stack S. And there you go. Then it says to push 12 on there. So now I've got 2 elements in the stack. Now it says go to the queue, in queue. So I'm going to in queue, so I'm adding things to the queue. Value 5. And I'm adding the value 8. So now I've got 2 values there. I've got 2 values in the queue. I got 2 values in the stack. Next thing is to pop stack. Now, popping, I'm going back to the stack. Popping is taking things off the top of the stack. In this case, the way it's structured here, it's taking that value and storing it in the variable X. So I'm going to pop the stack, and it's going to go back, and I popped off the value 12, the last one that came in. So you store that in variable X and hold on to that because you're going to use it. And then after that, now it says push the value 2 on the stack. And I add that value there. Now I'm going to go to in queue. Go to in queue. So I'm going to in queue. I'm going to add the value of X, which was 12. In queue that. So now I've got 3 elements in the queue. And then it says dequeue and store that value in Y. So dequeue takes things off the front, off the head. So if I'm going to dequeue, it's going to take the value 5, and that's stored in the variable Y. So now X has 12, Y has 5, and now it says I want to push on the stack. So I'm going to go back onto my stack. I want to push on the value X, and X we said was 12. So I'm going to push that on. And it says to push Y on the stack, and Y we just found was value 5. And that is it. So that tells me the stack has contents of 3, 2, 12, and 5. Making sure you specify the direction you're going in, so I know where the bottom and the top of the stacks are. And the queue should have the values 8 and 12 in it. Again, making sure I know what's the head and what's the tail of the queue. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit understanding this tool and some of the exercises. So let's take a quick look at number 3. I'm going to clear the queue. This one only uses a queue. So it gives you a string of data. So it first creates the queue. Then it's going to loop until it reaches end of file. I'm not going to go through the whole list of data, but once we get through a few of these, you'll understand or at least see the pattern. So it says I'm going to read the number. So I'm reading the number 5. And then compares that. Is it 0? The answer is no. So I'm going to in queue it, add that into my queue. So I got the value 5. Now I go to read the next value. It says 7. Is that greater than 0? It's not equal to 0. So go ahead and in queue that one. Next one is 12. Not 0, so put that one in the queue. And then the last one is 4. Put that one in there. So now I've got 4 elements in this queue. Now it says the next one's a 0. So the loop says read the number. Now it says if it's equal to 0, it says do a a queue rear. Now, all queue rear does is it gives you the data element. What is the data? It doesn't remove anything. It's not like a dequeue. It removes it. It says, give me the content, what's at the rear of the queue. In this case, what is it? It is 4. So then I'm going to enqueue the value 4, put that in there. Then I go on, oops, I got another 4. Is that equal to 0? No. I'm going to enqueue that. So you can kind of get because you're going to keep looping through this, and every time you get a 0, you're going to say, okay, what's at the tail? And then put that in there. So you end up duplicating that last element in there. So I'm not going to go through this whole exercise, but I think you get the idea of how this loop is going through, paying attention to what the variables are and what you're doing with them, whether you're saving them, going to use them for later reference, or you're actually going to pop it into a stack or a queue. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea how to proceed with your homework. Just let me know, and I will talk to you next week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.